there, Dr. Rose here from Dr. Rose's Perfume Corner. If you are new here, welcome. For my lovely return subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. I love reading your comments. Today's video is about 10 loudest fragrances in my collection, also known as nuclear fragrances. These are those fragrances that are very loud, very strong, that you must have somewhere to wear them to. They can be wear indoors, but sometimes it's best to just wear them outdoors because they are so loud and so strong, and I refer to them as nuclear fragrances. Before we get into the video and share those fragrances with you, I want to talk about the safety tip for this video. The safety tip for this video is very short. It's called don't be flashy. By being flashy, what I mean is never be flashy with items like your smartphone, your purse, jewelry when you are out working by yourself, or when you are in a public place where you think that there's a lot of people around, that someone may just try to rob you. Smartphones are very expensive. There are two very expensive smartphones brand out there. The minute you pull them out, people are looking at them, and someone will bound to say, hey, I want that phone, even though they know nowadays there's nothing they can do with that phone, because once you reported it stolen or missing, the phone, it becomes unusable. But that's not going to prevent someone from trying to take it from you, or while they are taking it, breaking your fingers to take the phone from you. Your purse, we know that ladies will carry a lot of expensive purses, and people know those purses, so don't be very flashy with them. And I'm not saying that not to carry an expensive purse, but just be worried about your surroundings. And jewelry, people know whether your jewelry is expensive or not, so be very careful where you are with your jewelry. But nonetheless, enjoy your things because you purchased them, they are yours. But the safety thing is, if someone were to pull a weapon on you and ask you for any of those things, the first thing you need to do is to give it to them. Do not try to fight the person, because your life, your safety is more important than any of those things that you carry around with you. Alright, when we come back, I'm going to share with you 10 nuclear fragrances that you will need in your collection. Not all 10 of them, maybe one, because I believe we each need to have a powerhouse fragrance, a nuclear fragrance, something very strong that we can wear when we feel like we want to take a whole block from someone, right? Alright, I will be back. Stay tuned. Thank you. Alright, we are back. So we are talking about nuclear fragrances, loud fragrances, fragrances that project very far. They're very strong. People could actually be really upset with you when you wear them. So if you have these fragrances in your collection, go easy on the sprayer, because they are very strong fragrances. Less is better than if you're on heavy sprayer. Those fragrances shouldn't be sprayed a lot. Minimum 3 sprays should be enough for any of those fragrances. The first one is Ambergris by Roja. This is a beautiful amber fragrance for men and women. This one was launched in 2012. The nose behind the fragrance is Roja. Of course, it has some bergamot, some lime, some lemon. I will post all the notes for you up here or up here, or somewhere in the description box. You will have access to the notes, guys. It has some saffron and patchouli, so this is very strong. It's one of the strongest fragrances that I have in my collection. I love wearing it, but I don't wear it too often. It's a beautiful perfume, very well blended, and you can tell that when this fragrance was created, they used some really quality ingredients. Regardless of the price, there's no denying that this is a well blended oud fragrance, and I love wearing it. It's very nuclear, very strong, so go easy on the spray. The second nuclear bomb fragrance that I have in my collection is Ouverture by Xerjoff. This is also an amber floral fragrance for men and women. This one was released in 2019. This is a little bit lighter than the previous fragrance. The notes behind this fragrance is Chris Morris. It has some fig notes in it, some magnolia, some cinnamon, some sandalwood, some incense in it. It's a wonderful fragrance for the cold months of the year. There is no question about this. This is a masterpiece fragrance, okay? It's well blended. The bottle is kind of like a piece of art. It's fruity, it's spicy, and also ambery at the same time. It has some woods. It's a very warm fragrance. You know, in the bottle, it's beautiful. I cannot stress enough the fact that this is a seasonal fragrance, okay? It's a heavy fragrance, and because of that, I would not wear this in the spring or the summer. I would wear this in the fall or the winter months. Do not wear this in the spring or summer because it will not do you any justice. But if you wear this in the fall or the spring, or even during the holidays, maybe Christmas holiday, Thanksgiving holiday, this fragrance will give you tons of compliments. It's such a beautiful fragrance, guys. The third nuclear fragrance is not a niche fragrance. This is one of the high-end designer fragrances from Maison Lancôme. This is Oud Bouquet. I love everything from Maison Lancôme, especially Oud Bouquet. This one was released in 2016. This is an amber woody fragrance. It's for men and women. The nose behind the fragrance is Fabrice Pellegrin. This is intoxicating, okay? It's amazing. It's sweet. It has some woody notes, and then also has some praline accord. This is an absolute beast of a fragrance, guys. On first spray, you get a woodsy note with some rose in it. In the background, you get some sweet notes. Then after an hour, it starts getting very loud and making its presence known. So when you first spray this, you don't get the full force of the fragrance. After an hour, you start smelling this fragrance, and the projection is heaven on this fragrance. People can smell you from everywhere. It lasts about 24 hours on the skin and 5 days on your clothes. I made the mistake of spraying this fragrance on one of my coat over the winter. It lasted 5 days on that coat. I had to send it to the cleaners because I couldn't wear it again a second time. Because this is one of the reasons why I do not spray fragrances on my clothes, because especially my coats, because I do not want to smell the same fragrance again when I wear something else. So Oud Bouquet is an absolute heaven of a fragrance. I love this fragrance. I love wearing it, and the bottle is also beautiful, gorgeous bottle. Fragrance number 4. Oh my gosh, this is Black Phantom by Kilian. This is an amber vanilla fragrance for men and women again. This one was released in 2017 by Sidonie Lancashire. This is freaking amazing. It's a beast mode of a fragrance, okay? Stunning fragrance. On me, I smell dark chocolate, coffee, and caramel. It has some powdery note in it. Oh my god. Definitely one of the greatest caramel scent fragrances in my collection. This is an absolutely major compliment getter. When you wear this, people will come around you and ask you what the heck are you wearing, because it's such a beautiful fragrance. It lasts a very long time also and projects very, very well. Again, Black Phantom by Kilian. Fragrance number 5 is Golden Oud by Amouroud. This is a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance for men and women. This one was released in 2019. This actually was the first one that I purchased from this house, and following after this purchase, I purchased 2 other fragrances because I just love the fragrance. I love the house. This one has some violet, it has some champagne, it has some Agarwood, Patchouli. You also have some Madagascar vanilla and some myrrh. It has a little bit of tobacco, but I don't smell the tobacco a lot from this fragrance. This fragrance is so well blended that, you know, if I did not read the notes to you, it makes it very difficult to pick out a single note in this fragrance, because when Mr. Lancashire or Miss Lancashire, I don't know if it's a man or woman, blended this fragrance, I mean, the job was just so wonderful. The fragrance is wonderfully made. It is such a beautiful fragrance. The vanilla in this fragrance is nice. The patchouli, I find it very hard to pick out the notes because of the way this fragrance was blended and the craft behind this fragrance. In my opinion, this is the perfect floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance. Very long lasting. Again, because it just not only because I said it's floral, fruity, but it is still considered a very heavy fragrance. So be careful on the sprayer. Here's the bottle. Look at it. It's such a beautiful bottle and a beautiful fragrance. Alright, Powerhouse Nuclear Loud fragrance number 6 is Nuit Noire by the beautiful, the late Mona Dior. We all know that Mona Dior passed away at a very young age, but she left some masterpiece of fragrances. This one is one of them. This one has some orange blossom, some ginger, cardamom and orange. You also have some tuberose in this fragrance, some leather, amber. I can smell the leather, I can smell the tonka bean in this fragrance. But oh, it's warm, it's spicy, it's a little bit animalic. Nuit Noire is beautiful. It's an amber floral fragrance for men and women. Anybody who loves strong fragrances, powerhouse of a fragrance, they will enjoy this fragrance. It's not for everyone because of the animalic note. If I wasn't into fragrances, let's just say maybe 5 years ago, I would probably would not purchase this fragrance because of the animalic note instinct of this fragrance. But now that I am enjoying fragrances more and more, I would definitely see myself buying this again. The way that I refer to this fragrance, I refer to it as an animalic showstopper. It's a perfection. It's a work of art by Mona Dior. She was extremely talented and she left us with some very nice, beautiful fragrance. If you don't have any other fragrances, I would say to check them out because they are worth at least, you know, give them a try. I have 2 of them and I'm hoping that I will end up buying maybe 1 more later this year just to make it 3. I think 3 can consider a collection. Again, Nuit Noire by Mona Dior. So who would have thought that a Bond number 9 fragrance would be considered a showstopper in nuclear fragrance? I would never thought that I would ever pick one of their fragrances to be that type of fragrance, but this one is. This is Saks Fifth Avenue for her by Bond number 9. This is a floral fragrance, white floral. It has some tuberose, some vanilla. It's a little bit animalic, but my gosh, this is so good and strong and long lasting. This is why I refer to this as a showstopper animalic fragrance, as a fragrance that projects very well, very far. It lasts a very long time on the skin. I love wearing it, but I wouldn't wear this everywhere because I don't think this is a daily fragrance for anyone by any chance. I think, you know, this is a special occasion fragrance. Fragrance number 7 is Renia J Ambergris. Oh my gosh, this is dark chocolate. It's ambery, it's woody, it's balsamic, it's powdery, it has some vanilla in it. The dry down is absolutely beautiful. Lovely amber fragrance. The spices combo give this almost this and the dark chocolate vibe, you know, of this fragrance. There's also a slight booziness in the back of this, even though the notes do not call for any kind of boozy fragrance notes, but I think, you know, it just makes you feel like you are smelling some really great expensive liquor. And this lasts a very long time on the skin. This is a very lovely fragrance, well balanced, sweet, spicy and woodsy. Anyone who is into strong ambery fragrances, balsamic fragrances would enjoy this. And I can see a well-dressed gentleman wearing this fragrance in the winter. This is not a spring and summer fragrance, guys. This is definitely heavy winter fragrance. It's perfect for the right person. This is one of the very few men fragrances that are marketed directly for men that I enjoy wearing, that I love wearing. This is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I'm on my 3rd or 4th bottle of this. Oh my gosh, it's warm, it's sweet, it has some vanilla, some woody notes, some powdery, it has some amber, some white flower, and also some citrus. It is very strong, very nice. It has some saffron, mandarin orange. This is beautiful, okay? It's so dark and rich and also slightly boozy. If you are into that type of fragrances, I would say you need to get your nose on this. And guys, I think every man should own one of these fragrances because it's absolutely gorgeous. I call this the gorgeousness of fragrance from Tom Ford. I love this, and it's also very long lasting. Alright, the last fragrance from this video is Les Absolus d'Orient Santal Royal from Guerlain. This is, oh, whew, this is so nuclear, guys. It has some oud, some rose, some warm spices, leather in it, powdery, cinnamon. It's very animalic. It also has some amber that, you know, kind of like, you know, makes it a little bit lighter to wear, but it is still one of the loudest fragrances that I have in my collection. I said this is very bold, and this fragrance does not apologize to anyone, okay? When you wear this, you get to a place, everyone will say, what are you wearing? This person smells wonderful. I mean, it's strong. It's a very love for me. It's absolutely something to wear at night. Do not wear this during the day. I wore this to work once, and I think I remember I told you guys this guy at work was following me around because of the fragrance. He kept telling me how nice I smell. Finally, I said to him he needed to leave me alone. I mean, this fragrance will drive your partner crazy, okay? The projection and longevity is, I mean, crazy projection on this fragrance, okay? I wore this to the movies once, and then there were people sitting in front of me and behind me, and this lady was saying how strong that fragrance was, but they didn't know who was wearing the fragrance because I told you it projects very, very far out. And I heard a lady said, I just love it. I love that fragrance. I think it's very strong and very nice, and whoever is wearing it, you know, it's probably smell wonderful. And this guy said, well, if you were to wear this fragrance out with me, I probably would not go out with you. And she said, that would be your problem, because I wear my fragrance for me, I don't wear them for you. And he got upset, and I was kind of like smiling behind me. I was like, yeah girl, go for it. I mean, it's so nice. It's such a strong fragrance. I would say this is one of the ones that I will buy over and over again. I would always have this in my collection as long as they keep making it. And the bottle is also, I mean, absolutely gorgeous, guys. I love this fragrance. If you are into strong, powerful fragrances, I would say to try any of those fragrances that I just mentioned. You would love them because all of those, I wear them. I don't wear them often as I should, but I do wear them every chance that I get. Alright, this is it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have tried to make this video 4 times and couldn't make it work. Finally, I think I've done it. I've got it. So again, thanks for watching. Remember to buy the fragrance, wear the fragrance, buy the shoes, eat the dessert as long as your body can handle it, and forget about the haters. Wear your fragrances in good health and be happy, be healthy, and love one another. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care now. Bye.